like a little excerpt on it.
You're
like,
not the only one who thinks that. Trust me. That sounds a little bit off.
Pause. Hit the pause button.
Excuse me.
All right.
That
So.
stuff today, Nelson?
What happened?
That stuff today in the mail?
Yes, it's right here.
Okay.
I woke up. The guy was like, post
there he
office, post office." They kept knocking back hard on my door. I was like, "Huh? I'm tired. Leave me alone."
Ew.
Snake said I will jump in the call in 1 moment, 2 minutes, please.
All right.
That's what has been said.
All right. That's fine. Bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. I'm trying to lose weight, man, after the injury. Woo! Lemon water sucks.
Add some sugar. Make it lemonade.
Indeed. However, I'm trying to go through the hard knocks. I'm trying to crash down this 8 pounds of water weight.
And Chris is like, stop bitching and crying. Stop bitching and crying.
I didn't hear him say that. You're an instigator, Nelson.
Look at his facial expression when he did that. Okay, he says you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. I got
Chris,
it.
why'd you shave? He looks younger. What the hell?
Yeah, when I shave, I look like a terrorist. But let me not talk about that.
It looked like one now. Nelson Ali.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Salam. Aye.
Because every time when I fucking be like, I'm gonna shave because of job interview, blah blah blah.
There we go. I should be live now. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Yeah. Hold on. Doing a check on something. And yes, boo-hoo, Alex, to you. You gotta lose 8 pounds. Boo fucking who. And what the hell are you eating? Are those cucumbers?
Lemon.
Yeah, lemon.
Lemon slice.
Green. Wait, they're green.
Oh, lime. You know I can't see shit.
Okay.
You know.
Oh shit!
He says, I can't see shit.
I forgot about that. You can't see green, but you know what?
Get the hell out of here.
Damn.
Uh-oh. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, you got the Metal Gear. It's over.
He read my mind. He read my mind tonight. Oh man, I had. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I got a good one. Where is it?
What? That's on your phone?
I didn't hear that at all.
Hold on. Yeah, it cut off in the beginning. Hold on.
Oh lordy Lord, he's desperate. Do what he say. Do what he say.
You're gonna get in so much trouble.
I don't have the other portion of the clip that would get us in trouble. I do have it. It's not on here though.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
But
You got the shotgun sound effect. I didn't
like what you gave me, so I got others.
Okay, because I had a soundboard from Tom Likas when he was on the air many years ago, and that's all that I was. That sounds like Canton. What's that, Saints Row?
So I just put I have 2 police sirens, so I got that one and this one. The one's 30 seconds, so I can do shit over it, and the other one's like 3.
Okay.
You guys are too fucking funny,
There we
man.
go.
I can barely hear myself now. All right.
Alright, Snake is a part of the call now.
All right, Snake. Welcome. And this is, I guess, your first time.
He was here last week.
Yeah, because Nelson wasn't on
Okay.
for that one, so
No.
we get to, rotate the group around. All right, so.
Alright, so I guess this is our final staff of the podcast.
Our final answer.
Yeah, I got held up at work. That's why I'm late.
Oh, that's not an issue.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I was doing like 130 trying to get here.
This is
Oh, that was far.
I just got like done studying for 5 hours and I sat down and you guys called and I'm like, oh, alright.
Oh, okay. We do apologize for the inconvenience.
Not that inconvenience, dude. I got like 4 days to study.
Oh, okay. Alright,
Oh, and Alex, just for you.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes. I supplied that earlier.
Yes, my version was bad. It wouldn't play in this player for some reason.
Yeah, I had the Wave version. Oh,
Alright.
we're gonna be golden tonight, man.
Alright, so just to let you know, we are... Okay, Friday. We are live, because I'm just seeing if OBS stands up. Because of we've been having like some weird software issues from Twitch's servers as of lately, and it would drop like thousands and thousands of frames. So I'm just stress testing it right now while we're on live, and hopefully, if it does fail, we have the local recording to back it up. So there's no issue.
No problem.
Alright, so just let me know when you're ready, and I can start the music, and we can actually start.
All right, and we can get rolling now. We're good to go, man.
All right, so let me play the music, and then 3, 2, 1.
What up? What up? What up? New Gaming Order. We back for our first installment for September. We have our stunt panel here today, but first we want to say happy belated to Nelson Del Rio. His birthday was yesterday, so yay. So I just wanted to put him on blast. So happy birthday to all the Virgos out there. You know, Michael Jackson's birthday is this month and everything. But
yeah, also
Wait, hold on. Oh god damn it, didn't play. There you go. That's for Michael Jackson.
You know what?
wow. That slowed down, man.
Also to let you guys. Also, to let you guys know, NGO Goken's birthday will be happening this month as well. So.
Oh shizzle, that's what's up. No, so yeah, me and my other cousins probably have to stop by and have some Elmera fun. All right, cool. So going around the table and any current events you might want to bring up in short. Starting with our guest Snake, our viewer. Hopefully we can bring you on as a staff member. So words of intro before we get started.
How's it going, guys? My name's Snake. I mainly play fighting games, but I do play a lot of other games, but mostly fighting. I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid. But yeah.
Right.
If you guys talk about a game, I'm pretty confident I can hold my own in the conversation.
Oh, we have some good stuff.
Okay. Just one thing, Snake, for your audio cue, make sure you speak very loud and clear so that everyone can hear you. Because you were somewhat far away.
Yeah, no, I got you, man.
All right.
How's that?
Better, much better. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta get it like a dedicated microphone. I gotta experiment with that.
You know what? We'll make a request for equipment, if anything. If we bring you on our staff, hey, we can make it happen for you.
Oh, snap! I appreciate that.
All right. Kissimmee, what's going on, man? How you been? Words of intro.
Man, I've been good, man. I missed y'all, man. I've been gone for a couple weeks, but I'm back. Hey, man, I miss being on the podcast, man. I miss being on the podcast, talking games with the fellas. So, feels good to be back. Feels good, Metal Gear's out. Feels even better. I got my collector's edition today. Finally came in the mail. So, so it's a lovely day, man. Let's go.
And you know what? I want to make note that I feel picked on because when Khalif is missing, there's no jail, no running across the, doing some craziness as On Your Knees keeps picking on me. That's why he's gonna go last.
Oh man,
I didn't do nothing.
Yes.
Hold on. There you go. See ya.
All right. NYC Playboy, words of intro, man. Welcome.
Hey, fellas. I've been gone for about 2 weeks. I'm in Africa right now, so I was just,
See you in Africa right now?
Yeah.
That's Idris Elba, the new James Bond.
Shit.
Yeah, can't you see the tent in his background?
Oh, I'm not even watching the video.
They have internet in
feed.
Africa. Shots fired.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? We have some service members here, but we'll talk about that offline. All right.
For once, that was not me.
Shut up. All right. And On Your Knees, words of intro, man.
So what's up? I won't be streaming video until I'm done eating. I got held up at work. But two things. For Metal Gear Solid 5 on PC users with the AMD Phenom 2 chip, Apparently, there's issues where the game crashes on startup. There is no fix as far as I'm aware of, and this is probably why it's crashing for me on the other one from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Did you install
Ground Zeroes?
There's been 2 updates. Did you get on that?
No, I didn't check on those, but I know, as far as I know, Phantom Pain still won't play for me after all this time.
God. I got AMD Phantom too, so I'm on that train.
Too, so you got to watch out for that. And also, we talked about this earlier, but the FTC came down on machinima, but it's essentially slap on the wrist for them and Microsoft for them not disclosing the directed marketing shit that they do.
Oh, the YouTube thing, the deceptive shit.
That just broke out today or yesterday. So I figured I'd bring that up since we were talking about that previously.
Now, we could talk about that later in the podcast.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. I don't know why this made it big again, but this post from February. I don't know why this made it a rotational news aggregator.
I guess that they took some action against it, and that's why
they might have. Yeah, they think they just slapped them on the wrist. Essentially, what happened. So.
Okay.
But anyway, that's just 2 things I ran into this week. But I got nothing else right now.
All right, and before we get started, other current events. I don't know if you guys know, but Kanye West says he's gonna try to run for president. We already got Trump, so let's make another farce out of elected officials' positions.
I thought Waka Flocka.
Wow. Hey, it is what it is.
He was.
I can't say too much because I am what I am to the United States.
Oh yeah.
No, they're not.
I just forgot I'm a part of that.
Yeah, Alex, you're not president yet. You can talk smack all you want now.
Yeah, but then eventually, if they get elected, I would end up potentially having to salute one or the other.
That's fine. Well, you're going to be saluting Trump at this rate.
I love all of my.
And we're getting started.
I love the government. I love the government.
Hit the car
so
crash,
much.
please.
Government, I love you so much. You guys pay me so well. You guys pay me
even...
on time and take good care of me. I love you, government.
Oh, I didn't know my car crashes.
Okay, it's all good, but let's get started with our first topic.
I didn't come in with my introduction. Hold on.
You had your birthday and you got a nice...
I don't give a shit. I want to talk too.
Go ahead, Nelson. Go ahead.
All right, guys, what's going on? This is NGO. This is NGO Mugen, or as you know me of Nelson for New Gaming Order. You guys will not see me today due to the fact that I have a lot of stuff and a lot of trash in my room. But I will be like what Alex calls the operator of this stream. So if you have any questions or anything, please let me know. And yesterday was my birthday. It was pretty well, thanks to NYC Playboy and a few other people. Yesterday, I cried on stream out of what has happened. So.
Ew.
We'll talk about that later on in the PSAs.
Take it to the chest, man. Toughen up.
Toughen up. Yo, if you saw what I got yesterday, you'll break down too. Shit.
If I have
Street Fighter 5 pre-order of Cammy's DLC.
Let's get started, New Gaming Order. And
that costume's hot. I'd cry if I got that costume.
Hey, it is what it is.
Even though it looks like Jack and Daxter. Though.
That's exactly what I said.
But you know what? I'll say that for PSAs because the Street Fighter 5 outfits, I have something to say with that. But first topic in the shoot. I wanted to shout out a YouTuber. He goes by the YouTube handle Fringy, and much respect to him. I'm gonna put the link to his video in this section because he did enough research where I don't have to question it. I saw the articles, and it's just Konami, fucking Nami. What the hell are you? Oh my goodness. This has a lot to do with pieces of Gamergate, Konami's bullshit, and just the legitimacy of game reviews. Okay, now the foundation is Konami had a press event which was supposed to set up access for, I'm just throwing some companies out there, IGN, Attack, Machinima, people, reputable game reviewing entities. They go to this event, right? Now, it's as if Konami were hovering around these guys like buzzards, watching them play the game, right? Now, the event was 4 days long, and 5 days long, and they only had access to the game between 9 to 5. So you got 8 hours a day for 5 days. You only have 40 hours of whatever potential content, which a game that's open world, you know, you got Batman Arkham Knight. You can go back and essentially play that game for hundreds of hours. Okay? Now, it's almost as if Konami even allowed them to get access to cheat codes to get through the game faster.
What
Okay?
game are we talking about?
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So Konami pretty much set up or put the conditions in such a way where they pretty much kind of tried to coach how the review of the game was going to go. So now it's something where, okay, how is it that you could do a true review of the game, pre-release review of the game, and give it like, you know, ridiculous, like, oh, this is the best Metal Gear ever, and they didn't have adequate time to really get in there like a Angry Joe or a Review Tech or these guys who would actually sit and get into the game. Like, I know Nelson, my cousin, they're gonna get in there and we're gonna do a proper review. Not that bullshit that Konami set up so that they can get, hey, this is the best Metal Gear ever, this is great, and all this other stuff. And then when people are gonna go pay for this stuff, and it's a deceptive review because they didn't even touch Mother Base, which a lot of people weren't too happy about. They're like, man, just give me Metal Gear, you know? And it's just like, wow, what the hell's going on? Konami's trying to control or purchase how their reviews go for their games. I mean, this is ridiculous. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to start with Snake since he's our newcomer. And what are your thoughts on Konami setting up these conditions so to kind of steer the review? And also, I will add that Fringy made a good point in his video, stating that Konami was monitoring these folks so much, it's like they were spineless to stand, hey, like, let me fucking play the game, let me review the game. But no, you can't write about this, you can't say anything bad about that. That's bad practice, and if this doesn't stop now, all other companies, I would bet you Capcom would do it. You know what I mean?
They're already doing it. This is normal for this type
Exactly, yeah, this
and
is
I
this
mentioned
new.
this.
This isn't new.
I mentioned this
So, I
last
wanna-
week too.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
wanted,
yeah, everybody's gonna get a chance. So, Snake, what are your thoughts on Konami doing this shit? You know, I mean, what the hell?
It absolutely doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
Because personally, I've seen since day one that companies will come out and pay extra money to other reviewers. That way they don't talk bad about their game. Never. So what? We're talking like 5 years now, 6 years. Never have I seen a reviewer like IGN. And remember, folks, you can't spell ignorance without IGN. But never have I.
Oh, I
Never
don't have
have
a
I
jokes
seen-
in there sound effect. I gotta throw that in there. Sorry, you go ahead.
never have I seen a company straight up go, hey, this game is bad because A, B, and C and stuff like that. All they do is talk about how good the graphics are, how good the guns are, how good the cutscenes are, how good the voice acting is. They don't talk about the actual core gameplay, what makes the game fun and stuff. And just to add on to that real quick, it's just like fighting games, man. I don't mean to derail it or anything like that, but it's just like fighting games. If you go and look at reviewers and stuff like that, reviewers don't actually talk about the fighting game. They talk about the graphics. They talk about
The presentation, not the game.
They that's the only thing that they bitch and complain about. But yeah, this whole thing with Konami and stuff, it doesn't surprise me. I don't care what Konami says. I don't care what anyone says about Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that, the whole 10 out of 10 thing, because I looked at the game for 5 minutes and it's a watered down version of Metal Gear Solid 2. That's all I have to say.
And you know what? Never mind.
We can get into it. We can get into it.
Yeah, no, I mean that
we
we.
definitely will. Wait till my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
No. When we get into it, make sure it's like you and I can come at each other, not like turns and stuff.
Oh no. It's not gonna be no threatening thing and whatnot. But
No,
I have
okay.
my own opinion.
Let's get
Despite
ready to
having
rumble.
Yeah, of course.
But you know what? Here's another thing too. Before I give Khalif the floor, it's like, okay, with the whole Gamergate thing, a lot of people stood up for, you know, reviews and the review ethics and whatnot. But since a lot of people like Metal Gear, those social justice warriors, nobody's saying anything because maybe they like Metal Gear. It's okay for Metal Gear, but let EA and somebody else do that. You'll crucify them and nail their balls to the wall. You know what I mean? It has to be straight across the board. You can't do it because you can't not say anything now because it's a game that, like, I would say the vast majority of gamers like. You know, if what's fair is fair. Metal Gear or not, that's bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, since I'm going
Yeah,
next,
go ahead.
I'm going next, I'm just going to piggyback off of that. The game is phenomenal. I'm playing it right now.
Okay.
I love. Everybody knows I'm a Metal Gear fan, so
Okay.
you can count me out or whatever you want to do.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I've always felt that reviews are taken way too seriously. Just think about what a review is. And what it's and what the whole premise of a review is for. There's one person that reviews this game from these different outlets, and they sometimes switch it up between. Sometimes it's the same person every now and again, but they switch it up, and ultimately, it's what that person thinks of the game, right?
Okay.
So I don't understand why reviews are taken so seriously to where Gears gets a Gears 1 Ultimate, well, the Gears Ultimate Edition, excuse me, gets a 7 from, I think it was GameSpot, and everybody freaked out, and you know, just
It's an
about
older
these
game.
reviews.
It's a remastered
But
game.
outside of all of that, people took that. You see how big that became. But I mean, if Gears is a good game to you, Gears is a good game to you, especially if you loved it when it first came out.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would a review change how you feel about a game? Why would a review make you feel that type of way? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I look at reviews and I take reviews as, okay, I already know I'm gonna get this game or not. At the end of the day, I go on Twitch and look at the game. I look at trailers. I go on YouTube. I do my research on a game before, and I don't just trust one review. I watch many reviews. So it's like, why would one review just make you feel that way? I don't understand.
No, I get it. I get it. But it's not one review. It's more or less like the
Almost
purity.
everyone.
Yes, the purity of the review. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
what I'm saying.
it's these people who are so-called gaming journalists that are not giving accurate accounts of accurate reviews of a game. You know what I mean? And it's like, you don't want that kind of premise there, because at the end of the day, if they're not gonna be honest about it,
well,
that's
my thing. But who's to say what I think of that game, or what that reviewer thinks of that game really thinks about that game versus what you think about it?
But
like
here's
I said,
another
Metal Gear's out. Metal Gear's
to counter
out
that
right now.
though. But the thing is, it's something where if they're giving a review, their opinion of the game, that's fine. But if they're like not talking about some of the negative elements of the game, which is what Fringy was really getting into,
right?
You know, it's like that's just as bad as lying. You're like purposely omitting some of the truth, or like, hey, you're just not mentioning it. It's just as bad, because if somebody purchases it based off of all that they know, and then it's like, well, I didn't like this part of the game. Why didn't they tell me about it? That's bullshit, man. It's gonna affect sales. You know what I mean?
I just wanted to add in for Kasemi here.
Okay.
Kasemi, dude, I feel for you, man. What you just said is exactly what I do. But at the same time, I know where Alex is coming from, because, dude, let me tell you, when I go and look up a review for a game, I have to go through like 10 pages. I have to look for guys that only have 10 views, because like I have to go through like 5 pages of reviewers, because these 5 pages of reviewers have like over 100,000 subscribers or something like that, and they're all getting paid to lie about the game. So I have to go find guys with 20 views and stuff, and then they give me a realistic opinion about the game, and it's like, oh, cool, all right, now I know this and that. The guys with the 20 views and stuff like that, they've never let me down. But I'm just saying, if I had to complain about something, it's that I have to go through like 10 pages of YouTube to get through all the professionals to get to the real reviewers.
And the professionals are being bought out. You know what I mean?
Again, man, it's not that serious to me, because it is a business. This is a business. They're gonna get undercut with these offers and hey, do this, do that. At the end of the day, well, let's be grown up and research the game yourself. Don't trust one reviewer. Like you said, Snake. If you got people on YouTube, you know, that you relate to and that you trust, look at their reviews, trust their reviews.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what they're doing with IGN and I know exactly what y'all talking about, because I've been watching before the game came out all last week. I was watching Greg Miller, and the guy that was with Greg Miller, I guess he was a community manager or whatever, was just you know telling him what to do, and it was bugging him, and it was bugging the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, just let him play the game, you know. And I watched what you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, in this case, which may not, like I said, you can count me out or however you want to do it. In this case, it really can, you know, be washed away, because the game is a 10 to me. You know, I love it, you know. So case,
I'm not gonna.
In this case, is whatever. But
Yeah, I'm not gonna hate.
If this were any other game, say Mad Max, or like I said with Gears, with that just coming out. If you never played Gears, you watch the review and you see them get a 7. Like, I don't understand how you can just watch the review and be like, okay, I'm not getting the game now. You know, do something else.
No, but there's some people who are like that. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. You got to change my. That's all I'm saying. You got to do more than that. Come on now. If you know that these people is paying these people to do these reviews and get these good scores or whatever, you got to do other than that, because these reviews ain't, as y'all can see, ain't trustworthy.
Yeah, and you know, just for time's sake, I want to give everybody a chance and not run overtime. But we'll do the alibis at the end if you know, just make note of what you want to do.
That's all I got right there. I mean, this just ain't that serious to me.
Yeah, okay. Because at the end of the day, you know, I think that's where the whole Gamergate thing popped up, where it's just like, just tell the good, the bad, and the ugly about the game, and let, you know, folks. And, you know, I'm going to be honest, and I didn't want to say, but Sunset Overdrive, I got caught up in the hype, and I don't like the game. As much as all these other people were playing it, and I tried to get it to play with Noob and Shinwar, I didn't like it. I got caught up in the reviews and all that other stuff, and then by the time I'm like, it's just not.
You see, and that's the thing. I wanted to get Sunset Overdrive, and if I would have looked at the reviews, I would have got it. But you know, I looked at Let's Plays, and I did everything else, and I'm like, I may can skip this, and I'm not getting it. So
okay. So next in the shoot, NYC Playboy. What are your thoughts? And to me, just to sum it up, like, it seems like Konami had a major influence on the review of Metal Gear Solid 5. And just, like, you know, with these journalists not standing up and saying that, hey, look, let me give this an honest review. Pre-reviews, no good. You know, there's no way they can accurately get everything that is Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain in 40 hours, when we know full well it's going to take a lot longer to complete that game.
Well, is it unethical? Yes. Is it illegal? No. And I'm with Nick. I do not. What he said about IGN was correct. I do not take anything. I just look at IGN as from maybe some pop culture news or something. I give them some thought about whatever their reviews and what have you, because I actually look for the guys to spend 5, 15, 20 reviews on these.
Yeah.
You know, like some of these streamers now, some of these big streamers, you know, they're hyping up, you know, Blizzard or you know, Konami or you know, EA or whatever, you know, and you can tell they're getting paid. It's like, you know what? I was down with you, and you barely had 20 views. Now look at you, you know what I mean? So you have to do your own research. Don't go off of, you know, because don't go off these so-called game journalists reviews. And at the end of the day, the reason why these game journalists do this is because if they do a quote-unquote honest review, they will lose their access to that developer.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's like a bully tactic. It's like, hey, if you don't give our game a good review, you won't get review copies anymore. You're not going to get this. And then it's like, it's turning into a dishonest environment, you know? And it's just, man, Fringy, when he was going off on that video, I was like, hell yeah. He's saying everything that a lot of YouTubers are afraid to say. With the exception of Alpha Omega Sin, he doesn't give two fucks. He'll give you the shit straight, raw, 90 proof vodka. Like, what I've been drinking that Chris gave me for my birthday. Man, shit, Chris, that's killing me, bro. Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
Well, we'll talk about that offline. But with that, on your knees, what are your thoughts about this topic at hand? Then I'm gonna give Noop the floor, then Nelson.
No, you're not.
What? All right, go ahead.
No, yeah, this has been going on forever. But it's like, I'm sorry, let me just get this shit up here. Yeah, it's like what Snake said. You gotta trust. You gotta go to independent reviewers because you're gonna get the most honest shit there.
Mm-hmm. And they don't have anything to gain or lose from doing it.
Yeah, and shit's been going on forever. The whole thing, like you keep mentioning Gamergate, it's a very incestuous. Not just the indie scene, but everything. Mm-hmm. They're afraid to, piss off the game company because they don't want to lose their free review copies. And most people don't even disclose that they get free review copies. IGN doesn't. There are a bunch of others that don't. Mm-hmm. But the big thing with this thing, that most people know, this shit goes on all the time with them hawking over them, watching them do their review so they can get a launch day review. But the real issue here is that aside from Rock Paper Shotgun and one other site, no one disclosed that this shit went down. That's the only reason why people know this went down for this latest game is because they disclosed it, no one else did.
Mm-hmm. And it's bad enough Konami already got bad PR. You know what I mean? I think it's amplified because of the maltreatment of Konami's workers, Kojima scandal, and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? It's just Konami cannot afford for this game to be caught up in that. You know what I mean? Especially if it's Kojima's last masterpiece with the company. You know what I mean?
So I'm just gonna stick with my standard suggestions. Don't buy launch day. Mm-hmm. Wait for reviews. Don't trust launch day reviews. So you could probably trust reviews if they're a week out. Mm-hmm. Don't trust launch day reviews.
Okay.
Especially from untrusted, main broadcast media or major YouTubers.
Okay.
Unless there are a few outstanding major YouTubers, I do trust. Total Biscuit. Mm-hmm. He's very upfront with his disclosures. And he's actually a big champion of all that because he sees what other people do. But he's rather trustworthy in that. But most others, they don't disclose shit, and the FTC, like we mentioned earlier, is cracking down on that.
Okay.
But yeah, so just be wary, and don't buy launch day, and don't pre-order either.
Yeah, well, this is true. And then now, as I'm gonna give Noop his chance, he decides to disappear.
He's there.
What the heck?
All right.
What are your thoughts on that?
Oh,
Chris, card.
Right,
you got the card?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the painful one. I didn't get a chance to preview these. I loaded all 3 car crashes I have, so I won't do that one again.
There goes my non-existent ears.
Okay, go ahead, Noop.
What's the complete topic? I wasn't here at the very beginning.
Well, basically, to recap, and for those just joining the stream, Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain was the pre-release reviews where it was pretty much in a controlled environment that Konami was running. They were hawking over the reviewers. They only gave them 40 hours worth of time to play a game that's essentially going to take a couple 100 hours to complete if you're going to get everything. Not only that, they had access to cheat codes and other incentives to finish the game quicker. And it's almost as if they were kind of saying, hey, don't write anything bad about our game, Fringy, who was the reason why I brought this video up, I put it in the link, so if during the intermission, if anybody wants to check it out in the chat, you can check that. And it's basically like, a lot of people didn't want to play the Mother Base mode setup, and they were just like, just give me the game. But they weren't allowed to say that, hey, they didn't like that mode. You know what I mean? Hey, the game had to get 10 out of 10. There's no, honestly, in this day and age, there's no such thing as a perfect game, because not everybody's different. You know what I mean? But with the way that they tried to steer the review, and Konami's bragging that we got 10 out of 10, but it's like if you do post-launch review, it's probably not gonna get a 10 out of 10. But at least be honest about it, and that's the topic. So, what are your thoughts on that, Noob?
Well, it seems to be a going theme with these podcasts that we're doing, and it's sad, but this is becoming more of a money-making business than an entertainment business. And I mean, bad reviews kill companies. You know, good reviews move more units, whether we get duped or not. But the thing is, you have to tap into your own personal human element and realize, at the end of the day, whether it's a 0 or whether it's a 10, a review is someone else's opinion about a product. Because everything gets reviewed these days. You know, like one of my favorite top 5 360 games of all time is Dead to Rights Retribution. Some of y'all probably never even played it. Some of you probably haven't even heard of it. But it was so fun. It didn't look the best.
It was awesome.
The functionality wasn't always the best. It glitched out, but it was so fun. And it got hammered in reviews, but I bought it because I was a fan of the series.
You purchased it for the stripper scene just like everyone else, man.
What?
Like, no.
Metal Gear, baby.
I mean,
Hold on.
there's just...
Sorry, I was a little slow on that.
There's
That's all right.
just so many things wrong with reviews today. A lot of, like you say, like a lot of the popular reviews, sometimes I scroll straight to the end and look at the big pluses and the big minuses and say, is this a game that I think is for me? Like me personally, I don't like open world games. Like Grand Theft Auto, I don't see what the big deal is. I played the story mode, it was fun.
It's
but all
the
that
freedom
other
to
stuff,
do whatever you
I'm
want in the
interested
games.
Open
You
world.
know, I bought Metal Gear because I've been down since the freaking demo came out on PS1. Didn't play
Yes,
it on
sir. Yes,
but I've
sir.
been down with
Same
it
here.
that long on PS1. So, and I have the collection on PS3. So I was like, I'm gonna get it for the story, regardless of reviews. But I mean, it doesn't surprise me that things like this go on because these companies want to sell units because they want to stay in business. And you're right, Alex. There's no such thing. I don't think there's ever been a game that's quote unquote perfect. We can always find something wrong with something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's only gonna get worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's only gonna get worse.
But
you
the
know,
thing, another thing
it's-
that before you came into the call, that I want you to kind of touch on. It's one thing if you're gonna give a review, give all of the review, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I mean? And with like when I had touched on the mother base mode thing, where if you had some people who said that they could do without it, why isn't it that in the review? Why is Konami trying to control and steer that? And like you said, it's a money making business now. It's not an honest business anymore, because let's say that they shoehorn that mode into the game and somebody didn't want to play it. Look at what happened with Metal Gear Solid 2, where the trailers, Snake and this and that, and then they throw Raiden in your face. Like, what the?
The writing was a
but that
little
was
bro,
part
but
of it.
Metal
That
Gear
was
Solid
part of
2
it.
was pretty sweet. I mean, yeah.
No, it's great. It was good. It was really
it was
good. But you
good.
get what I'm
That
saying?
was
It's
the
like
I
whole
wanted
thing.
Snake, though. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, because it was misleading in how it was presented, and that's
Right.
why they got to be careful. Because, as Fringy said, if On Your Knees was saying, if this has been going on for a long time, and now just because of the access to social media and all this other stuff, like we're turning over these rocks and seeing the worms underneath, it's like, man, this is just some corrupt shit going on.
You got
But
you
this
got
is-
the shit with the Assassin's Creed game and the Mass Effect 3 ending. Only Eric Kane from Forge reported on that. No one else what was it? One of the other magazines briefly mentioned it, but no one else mentioned the portion of the ending that game had. So this shit's been going on for a long time, even well before that.
But what really happens is these companies need to think about the long term, because as gamers, sometimes, yes, we're very dumb in our decision making, but look at Bungie and Destiny. Destiny got overhyped reviews. It didn't live up to the hype. Angry Joe, I shot him out because he gave a real honest review, and he described that game perfectly. It's an addictive gambling game, because it is. You literally do the same things over and over because you hope to get that next piece of armor or that
the
next
grinding
gun.
element.
But-
Can I add something about Angry Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me
So,
finish. Let me finish first.
Ah.
But what happened was, once we started playing the game, a lot of people dropped out of the game, and then they wanted to come out with the Taken King. Now that this company that's already got overhyped, these I would call inaccurate reviews. Now when you're ready to release your next product, they're having a tougher time, and they're being harshly criticized by the fans rather than the gaming companies, because it's like, hey, first time around, y'all promised all this stuff and we bought into it. Now that you really want to get your foot in the door and really make some more money off us, hold on. I'm skeptical.
I don't know, man.
Last time, you know what I mean, you kind of fooled me. So they have to be very careful with that, because even if it's not a 10 out of 10, if Metal Gear turns out to be a great game, they'll be okay. But you got to be careful, because your product in the long run has to live up to those reviews, because if it doesn't, it's going to be a one-shot deal.
Exactly, and I think that's what they're betting on. They're like, hey, let's dupe them real quick and make all the money that we can, and then go about our business. You know what I mean? And you know, at the end of the day, don't bite the hand that feeds you. We're the ones that's supporting these guys. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, they don't want to piss off the fans. You know, I apologize for me not being on the camera. I'm trying to fix my screen.
What were you gonna say about Angry Joe?
No, I was just gonna say, I forgot to actually mention that guy. Yeah, so Angry Joe, let me tell you, when I play the shit out of a video game, like let's just say there's a game I know and love, right? I played the crap out of it and stuff like that, or just played it to its fullest potential and stuff, and listened to a reviewer. I can easily tell, I can smell it a mile away if you're someone who seriously played the game or not. It's very, there's certain characteristics that people follow that if they didn't play the game, they try to pretend like they know what they're talking about and stuff. I can spot that a mile away. I can tell if you're just reading a script, and anyone can tell that. But most importantly, I can tell that if you seriously played the game. The funny thing about Angry Joe, and this surprised the fuck out of me, I watched his I can't watch his videos because they're too long, but when I did watch his like 30-minute videos and stuff like that, the funny thing is, I was completely convinced that this man actually sat down, played the entire game, and was like, okay, I'm gonna jot down these notes about A, B, and C and stuff like that. Not for a second did I think, yo, Joe's just reading some script or something like that. I believe that that he seriously plays every single game, because when someone tries to complain about a game, they go, oh, it's stupid because the gun's bad. But Joe will be like, the gun's
you could tell with Joe, especially because his reviews don't come out until like a couple weeks later.
And
like a week. He usually gets it a week.
Clip of what he's talking about up as he's talking about it. And
right. He has
great
production. He has great little skits. He does it. I enjoy Angry Joe and how he does it.
I've never seen Angry Joe. I've never thought, not once, that this motherfucker read a script. He didn't play the game.
Yeah.
All right. So for the sake of time, my co-CEO Nelson. Your thoughts on the topic at hand, and being that you're going last, I know that you had time to absorb everybody's opinion, and that's usually an advantage. That's why, you can always like retort to what we get to say, and then after Nelson's response, any little thing we have after that, then we'll put that out there, and then we'll close the segment. But Nelson, your thoughts?
All right. Well, let me say foremost, I have not played the game. I've been watching a bunch of trailers up to the game. I have the Day 1 edition right here for the PlayStation 4 and whatnot.
No, you played all the other Metal Gear Solids, right?
Of course, I played every goddamn one.
Don't worry about it.
And I have to say, based on what I saw, based on what my friends has been telling me, this game is like way beyond belief, like crazy. And again, that is an opinion, because everyone else will say like, oh, the game is not good because I like it linear. I don't like it open world or such and such or whatever.
Some people don't like Metal Gear, period.
Yeah, some people don't like Metal Gear. Like we have a couple of friends that rather play Splinter Cell than Metal Gear. But we'll leave that for another time.
A dig.
We'll leave that for another time. But for these people, okay, to do an early pre-review before the game is officially dropped, we'll say a week before, okay? A week before, you guys cannot sit there and tell me that your review is legitimate. I don't give a fuck if you run a multi-billion-dollar company. You're full of shit. You just want money in your pocket, point blank. There are several, and I mean several on hand, that I can honestly say that they genuinely give a shit about their reviews when they are talking about it, and you can see the disgust. And as of I don't know which one of you guys mentioned it, but the guy from IGN who's obsessed with Metal Gear, and apparently when he got told, oh, you can only play the mother base, or you can only play this specific side ops mission, he was actually aggravated because he's like, dude, I bought the game mad early and I want to experience it for my fucking self and give a live review reaction of the game, not being confined by a box and telling me what the fuck to do.
Wait, he works for IGN and he's now complaining about this?
Like, hey, I'm just saying, this is like from what I heard within his like E3 rant when he talked to Kojima in person and he told him like, I'm gonna do this and such and that, and that's what happened, right?
That is beyond silly.
And then you have other reviewers, as what you've been saying, like you would have to find like the low peak subscriber count viewers to actually get their opinions, because let's think about it. Like, let's be realistic. Anyone who's not officially well known and is still underground, they're very hungry to strive to the top, and they will do anything and everything to make their opinion and facts known. Whether if it's a good, solid review or just, you know, just honest to God gameplay. Instead of just sitting there, oh, we have God mode on. Let's review the game in fucking 40 minutes. No.
Yeah, and those are the conditions that the player, the consumer.
That's every company, Alex.
And the thing is with that, Nelson, we won't ever have that God mode or that Easter egg stuff, you know, to play in those conditions, because let's say the mission is so hard. They were saying, Fringy was talking about in his video, they were stating that there were some areas that were so difficult that they needed a little bit of help, and that's where the microtransactions come into play. Wow. If it's too hard, hey, just so you can complete the game, but they will shame you for it. They'll say, hey, you got this little icon, you had help.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But the thing is like, all right, if you guys are complaining and bitching about the game is hard, I'm gonna say it like this, because I've been saying it to a lot of people. Half of the world does not know what Metal Gear Solid is.
Yeah.
To this fucking day. And the only thing is that you guys got this game, specifically this one, because it fucking graphically it looks ridiculous.
Exactly.
The trailers were so emotional and like, holy crap, this what the fuck is that, a mech? Oh shit, is that Psycho Mantis? Is that, you know, it's crazy. So these people have to like kind of cut it out. Don't just get the game because if it's for the hype. Have some background about it. Like, I specifically played all 8 canon Metal Gear Solid games, and I own every single one of them.
I will say this though, they made it easy for newcomers to come on. They really made it easy with them making it free on Xbox and free on PlayStation Plus for those months. They made it with Ground Zeroes. It eases you in, and by no stretch is the game easy at all, because those, even the controls, I still kind of fumble around doing some type of commands and stuff like that. So I mean, but
you see,
they make it
Khalid,
easy for newcomers.
Can like, when we're at the end of this, can I talk about like why I'm just so disappointed in Metal Gear Solid? Can I do that?
Well, you know what? We're gonna save that for like when we do a review, and we'll show them how to do it right. Yeah, you know what I mean? Hopefully it doesn't get flagged, or you can't talk bad about our game.
Well, see, here's the thing. We can't get flagged for expressing our opinions about a game. And let me just say this right now, outright, foremost. A week before the game actually officially launched, Hideo Kojima, I don't know how you guys would like to pronounce his name.
I say Hideo.
Okay, so Hideo Kojima. His opinion and his producer Rice still actually gave a shit before the game actually came out on September 1st. And after September 1st, boop, disappeared. So everyone basically who's a true Metal Gear Solid fan got the game because out of respect
for him,
for this man, for the 20-something plus years that he's put in this industry, for making Metal Gear, Silent Hill, and so on, with all these good games. And a lot of people are like downplaying these games because it's like, oh, you know, since he left and he got taken off the project, not many people knew about it. Oh, the game is gonna suck. It's just repetitive. You might as well just play Grand Theft Auto or Batman Arkham Knight. It's all the same shit. It's just that you're out in the fucking desert and blah blah blah. The game is mad hard, so I gotta buy these Microsoft or PlayStation transaction points to make the game easier and blah blah blah. And
but you know what? And to add to that, Nelson, before we, you know, I don't want to go overboard. At least the review should reflect what you just said. Yeah. Be honest about it, and out of respect for Kojima.
Yeah.
Because if his game is great, if his game is it is indeed perfect, right? Let it be honest. Not like how Konami was trying to do that. You know what I mean? It's out of respect for Kojima. And you know what? Konami doesn't respect Kojima. But the gaming industry and the people doing the reviews should respect him, and he deserves an honest review and not that bullshit that Konami was pulling.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I got a bullseye on Konami's forehead for that bullshit.
Yeah, and plus to end it off, because I don't want to go off on a fucking long ass tangent, Kojima specifically made it an apparent point that you guys will never ever have to pay for DLC for this fucking game. Everything is unlockable within the confines of the game. He has specified this to the utmost limit. That's why there's a well, I keep saying Microsoft. There's a transaction fee where you guys can buy coins and stuff like that to hurry up and buy weapons or, you know, extra characters and stuff like that from other base and, you know, and so on. But you don't have to, because you can do the work, which was the intentional purpose of enjoying the game that he put almost all of his heart in, just like what he did in his last several pieces of Metal Gear. So
Yeah,
you guys
definitely.
you guys have to appreciate something that he's been trying to do, and for him to go out on this note, regardless of the little skeptical things that Konami has been doing and stuff like that, it's just sad to me. But I would say, based on what I saw, I think the game is like a flawless masterpiece, with the exception with the PC side that it sometimes crashes with, depending on certain graphics cards.
Okay. Now with that, you know, I know this was a bit long, but I felt passionate about this. That's why I wanted to bring it up with the panel. You know, but make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you think about the whole. I mean, this took different faces of this topic, so it's almost like a 3-in-1. Honest reviews, you know, what some people think about Metal Gear and its legacy, and respect for Kojima, respect for the gaming industry. You know what I mean? If anything, if this is the direction that the industry is going, and these companies, or like On Your Knees said earlier on, if they've been doing this all along and we just didn't really, we weren't aware of it because we didn't have access like we have now back then, man, I might kind of step away for a bit, because I don't like being deceived into doing things. But that's part of life in general. Hey, how are they gonna make a sale on a car? How are they gonna get you to buy a cable provider or a cell phone? They gotta find some way to dupe the consumer. So I'm just taking a serious note. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com, and we'll see you on the next segment. Hopefully it'll take a lighter tone, because I was kind of pissed off about it earlier when I saw it, you know. But with that, Nelson, any final words before we move into segment 2?
Yes, don't let anybody be fooled by reviewers of corporate industry, meaning IGN and so on. Where, let's see if I can state this. Mr. King Piccolo within the chat says the best reviewer is one in itself. You are the best reviewer. You
Yes, sir.
will make the
Where's
opinion.
that clap motion? Where's that clap shit? Where's soundboard? Damn
There you go.
There you go. Shit,
So-
get that man
Actually,
that round
that
of
sounds
applause.
really good.
Yeah, so shout outs to Mr. King Piccolo with facts right there.
Yes, amen, amen. And make sure you check out Fringy's channel, which I will put on the YouTube excerpt. And then those of you checking out the director's cut, you know, you get to see all the
Directors?
The who?
Directors? Hold on.
Resident Evil Director's Cut.
This segment has come to a close. We'll see you on the next one.
Nah, don't close it.
All right,
Ew.
and that was a
Ew.
very long segment. Holy.
I
But
did
you know
an
what?
unboxing of the collector's edition yesterday after I finally got my.
Did you
copy.
put it on the main page, Noob?
Huh?
He's like,
Noob said,
Wait, I need to throw this out there real quick. That way, no one misinterprets this.
okay.
I don't think Metal Gear Solid 5 is a bad game. I think everything about it is great. I think it's phenomenal. But the difficulty of the game is completely watered down. Completely watered down.
Really?
I will say this. I want you to tell me exactly
Okay.
that when you take off no reflex mode, no aiming, no detection, no like the reflex thing when you get noticed and you have to hold L2 and shoot, and play every mission on hard. Then get back to me and tell me if that's
Let me ask you something.
Ew.
I can't even. I'm so disappointed. I can't even remember what the last one was called. But the one that's for 2 hours and 30 minutes long. When I got that game, I tried to start it up. Right? It was like play the game in normal mode. I'm like, fuck no. I don't play any of my Metal Gear Solid games in normal mode. I play it on the hardest difficulty. I had to wait 2 days, beg someone to give me their PC save, that way I can straight up start playing the game on hard. Started up on hard. I pulled out my gun and aimed it. They actually gave me like this beam crosshair, and it tells me a percentage of how my bullet's going to hit. I disabled that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to disable that. The slow motion thing, I disabled that immediately. I disable anything that freaking makes the game easy. I go for the hardest. I go for the hardest. I want that Metal Gear Solid experience, right? I love 1, love 2, love 3, and I even love 4. And I came into this one, and I'm like, I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I go, yo, my guy I don't have to eat or anything like that. And I'm like, all right, well, what about the stealthing? There's no stealth whatsoever. You just wear one suit and go hide in the bush. Go hide in that bush and that guy can't see you. And I'm like, all right, what about like conditions and stuff like that? No, you don't have to worry about that either. All right, well, there's 3 guys in front of me. They all have guns. I know CQC sucks in every single Metal Gear Solid. CQC's awesome if you're doing it stealthfully, right? But you can't do it when they're in full alert.
Yeah. I had that problem.
Yo,
yes, you can.
I ran. Hold on. No, let me finish.
Yeah, let him finish. Let him finish.
Let him finish. I said you can't do that in any Metal Gear Solid game, and then I went over to this one, and it's like, press this button, knock him out, and then you just press another button, you knock the guy right next to him out, you press another button, and you knock him out. It's just, you press a button to win. You can CQC anytime you want.
Okay, well.
Like, so basic, that's all I'm saying. I looked at the game, I was so hyped for it. I'm like, yes, Metal Gear Solid 5. And then they were like, here's the 2-hour and 30-minute game. And I shit you not, dude. I turned everything that could possibly make the game easy for me. And I put it on the hardest difficulty. Literally, man. So I couldn't make it past the first level. This is what happened. As I was playing the first level, I stopped, paused the game. And I shit you not, I didn't do this on purpose. I pulled out my PlayStation Vita and started playing Metal Gear Solid 3, and I didn't notice until 1 hour in.
So I'm confused. Like, are you with Metal Gear specifically? Do you just like that realism type of feel, or is that how you are with all games?
Not real. I'm not gonna go and say realistic because Jesus Christ, that's something that's difficult to do.
Well, you know what I mean. You hardcore.
Metal Gear Solid 2. I enjoyed it. I got all the dog tags in the game. Played it on all difficulties. Fun challenge. Metal Gear Solid 3 came out. They added a stealth. They added the stealth camo. They made it to where your gun your hunger actually affects your aim. And you can get wounded, so you gotta take that out. Yo, they just added more challenges to the game, and it just stimulates my brain. Metal Gear Solid 4 came out. They did away with you getting injured, and they just kind of put a psych there. And they did away with the camouflage backpack, which kind of disappointed me. But it's a cool-ass stealth suit. You know, everything's all cybernetic. I still like the game. All right, I'm still enjoying Metal Gear Solid 4. I fucking love the game and everything like that. 5 came out, no stealth. Don't have to worry about shooting your guns. No, nothing.
But you know what?
I think you're missing the point, though.
But you know what?
Snake.
For time, once we do a review, everything that you're talking about, like we can interject that because I haven't played the game yet.
Neither have I. So
Semi, I just want to say one small thing, and then Semi, you can say what you're gonna say to me. I just want to say one small thing. Okay. This is just me personally. Okay. What tends to happen to me is when I find a game Metal Gear Solid 5, that story is fucking awesome. I don't know anything about the story, but I know it's gonna be fucking awesome. Kojima knows how to write the stories, right? Here's my problem. I'm gonna be so bored of the game, I can't make it through the story. That's what's gonna happen. All right, go ahead.
I know what you're talking about in that respect.
This is what I mean when I say I think you're missing the point. Now, I respect your opinion, and I respect everybody's opinion on whatever they feel. But I feel like that all the mechanics that you just listed with all these different Metal Gear games, you have these different mechanics based on what the story is about. We know by now that this is Big Boss's story. This is gonna show us the Big Boss coming into being Big Boss. If you know Metal Gear, you know what I'm talking about. You're gonna go into it, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So this is the ultimate soldier. You're building your base. You're recruiting. You know your soldiers, and it's we already know what it is. So I mean the mechanics of how this is working. I don't see what you're talking about with the stealth because all right,
but guys, we have to maintain the time. Keep all of this. Keep in mind if you like Kissimmee and Snake. If you wanna like
I'm
link
on
up.
that review, man. I got.
Yeah. Like if you guys want to link up, but we're gonna be talking about this.
Yeah,
for hours, so.
yeah.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
say this much just to end that conversation.
This is gonna be on the director's cut, right?
Yeah,
No?
it is on a director's cut. New Gaming Order will be back in 2 weeks with a solid, honest review of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Give us 2 weeks. I guarantee one of us will guarantee to beat it 100%.
I'm gonna be there for sure.
So
Damn it.
we'll do that. And what's the next topic so I can start the recording? And
Yeah,
we can
I
give
put
out-
it on in the chat, and it's in reference to Jimmy Kimmel responding.
Kimmel. Okay,
Talking about. I know On Your Knees had. Did you get a chance to look at the article?
I saw his response to the response to his, but I didn't watch the original thing. But
Yeah, I
South
saw it
Park
live.
yeah, South Park made the same jokes in their season finale.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna touch
big-
lightly on it. This topic should be rather short,
All
but
right,
I
so-
felt, so we'll get started
All
on
right,
it.
so 3, 2, 1, go.
What's going on, New Gaming Order? You guys, make sure you check out the director's cut. There was an interesting discussion with Snake and Khalif in reference to Metal Gear Solid and the gameplay mechanics. That's going to also be injected into the review in about a week or 2 weeks' time, a proper review. All right, so I encourage you to check out the director's cut. It was a really good conversation, but I had to cut it short because we would have been here all night. But I always love the dialogue and disagreement back and forth, or no, not disagreement, but difference of opinions.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
Yes,
We're all-
Of
So-
course, man. It would be boring if we always agreed with each
Yeah,
other. Come
so-
on, no?
Circle
but
jerk.
hey, but it's still love within the New Gaming Order network. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it is
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is. But the next topic in the shoot, Jimmy motherfucking Kimmel. Love watching that guy. He's here in our area. He's on at like 11:30 after Eyewitness News. Films out in LA. Funny guy. I love him to death. All right. And gamers jumped on this man. I forget exactly what ignited this. I'm gonna let On Your Knees go first.
Yeah, I didn't see the original clip, but
I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, I saw his response to the outrage.
Yeah.
A bunch of people can't take a fucking joke. Essentially, he was going after Let's Play watchers
Mm-hmm.
and trying to figure out why would you watch people play a game when you could just play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that big a fan of watching other people play games. I never understood it myself how people like to watch me play games, but some people do. It's kind of like with sports. You rather watch people who are good at it play sports, just like you
Yeah.
rather watch someone who's good at a video game play a video game.
Yeah, and
You know,
they
I
mentioned
watched-
that live.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
saying,
he mentioned that in his response. He was being a little smarmy about his response too, but he even admitted he likes to get people mad at him because
Yeah.
that's a comedian.
he's
That's
a
what he
comedian.
does.
Yeah.
And most people tend to forget that.
Yeah.
So I think these people are getting a little upset. I watched some of the responses, and some of them were actually kind of funny. Like the one guy said, "If you're on life support, I would unplug you to charge my phone." Which-
You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I would say 80%, 80% of those comments were juvenile, stupid,
Yeah.
and like that Law and Order bullshit episode. That's
Yeah.
why they made that episode. It's fucking gamers like that. That
No, they made
us
that
look
episode
bad.
because the Law and Order writers can't write for shit.
Well, that too, but they did draw from that because there were a lot of similarities. And I said to
Well,
myself,
if you
I was
watch
like, hey,
that version of Law and Order is garbage anyway.
yeah,
But that's it's not like, well, I used to watch the original Law and Order religiously, so disclosure there.
yeah.
Way back when fucking Jerry Orbach was still alive, all those years ago in the 90s.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's poor writing from them. But yeah, these people can't just take a fucking joke. That's all it is.
And you know what,
And-
Chris? If you got the crying baby in the background, please.
Oh wait, do I have? I have.
Yeah,
Shit,
because-
I don't have that loaded. I'm sorry.
No, I'll get it for you. But here's the thing: they gotta be able to thick skin. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people have a positive outlook on many gamers, but it's gotten better because now we're in an era that everybody has some sort of gaming, whether it's a mobile device, console, PC, smart TVs and whatnot. It's becoming more socially acceptable. But you see, I'm trying to be very careful how I say this, but some of not everybody, hopefully I don't get crucified, but some of those nerdy types that can't get a girl, can't go to a movie or whatnot, sitting there like, yeah, don't talk about my games. Don't talk about my games. Like, you know, I mean, come on now. Like, I'm a gamer too, but I have a life. You know what I mean? And if somebody's gonna say, hey, why are you playing Street Fighter? Why are you playing this? That's just for kids or whatever. Hey, I play what I play. I am who I am, and be secure in that. And stop trying to go after Jimmy Kimmel, you know, because he just made a joke. You know what I mean? I felt that they responded that way because of insecurities. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
You know? But with that, I wanted to give Nuke the floor, and you know, wanted to know what you thought.
Yummy.
I don't care.
Okay.
He said I don't care.
Okay.
What was the joke?
Everyone's
What?
like this? This
Yeah, go
day
ahead.
and age, everybody's so sensitive,
Sensitive,
to everyone's opinion. Like, it's like, we all want to be happy. We all want to sing Kumbaya. We all want to be equal. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know, I mean, everyone's going to find, no matter what you do, someone's going to find a problem with it, no matter what you do, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, Playboy, what are your thoughts on the gamers responding to Jimmy Kimmel in this way? And, you know, and I think with the way that the gamers who did respond to Jimmy Kimmel, pretty much, yeah, he now pretty much got under their skin, and guess what? He's gonna keep doing it. He's gonna make them mad. They're gonna be like, "You mad, bro? You mad, bro?" This man is a millionaire. They're not hurting his vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's getting the same response that he did with the Halloween and the Christmas stuff, where he had the parents steal the kids' candy and film it.
Yeah.
And the Christmas one, he had the parents give the kids a gift early, but it was a garbage gift.
Yeah.
Like a banana or like garbage or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's what he
funny,
does. That's what he does. Why did they take it up the ass like that? They were so butthurt, man.
Sure.
Because it's all fine and good when you're making someone else, but it's well me.
I mean,
Whoa.
you know, and you know what? Here's some things like, okay, my opinion. Yeah, I watch Evo, I watch different things, but certain Let's Plays, I kind of share the sentiment like, why am I watching somebody else play a game? The only time I've been guilty of doing this, if I had difficulties getting through a section of a game, instead of going to Game Facts like I used to do, let me see how they did it, and then try to mimic that, and then I cut the video off and continue playing. You know what I mean? I see that there's some ways to do this, but I kind of understand where Jimmy Kimmel's coming from. Why are people making money playing games? Like, it just...
It's entertaining, too, though.
Exactly. I mean, hey.
But then again, with the
Seeing
Let's
people's
Plays...
reactions.
Yeah, but they're not with the Let's Plays, too. And Jimmy Kimmel talking about that, you know, now it's also, like... I don't want to bring another topic into it, but this is why companies are very skeptical about their games being streamed or Let's Play, because hey, that's a potential sale, especially if it's a story-driven game. Like what we were talking about a couple weeks ago with the Until Dawn, that Sony was like, hey, you know, don't do this with our game, you know what I mean? Or the developer, the third-party developer that designed their exclusive game for them, they didn't want that out there because that's their selling point, you know. So I you know, I don't know. It baffles my mind that the response, they should be more mature with the responses, because they're just gonna give rope to hang the gaming community with. I don't know. I agree with Kimmel on some stuff. I thought it was entertaining, and I'm a gamer. And the ones that were responding, I've probably been gaming longer than they've fucking been alive. You know what I mean? So that's just my thoughts.
Well, we know you've been gaming since Pong, man. Come on now.
What? Why you whipping me out there, man? Unbelievable.
Well, we know that you were around when they built the pyramids. I mean, come on now. You're as old as the dinosaurs. Seriously.
Hey,
Like, dude, I can consider myself a hardcore gamer because I've been hardcore gaming since the PS4 came out. When PS4 launched, I've been gaming ever since.
Okay. Well, you know what?
That was a joke. That was a joke.
No. I have to be careful because I don't want to offend our audience. Like, for those who are, like, you know, mature-minded gamers that watch this production, I'm not getting at you guys. It's just some of the asinine, like some of the fanboys on different camps, and well, I mean, don't talk about my system. Like, shut the fuck up. Enjoy your shit. Develop thick skin. The guy made a joke. Get the fuck over it.
I was like, I just said I've been a hardcore gamer. I've been playing since PlayStation 4, and they were like, oh, okay. And I'm like, what? The PlayStation 4's been out for like 6 months or something.
Yeah, like what the heck?
So,
All right, but
some person.
Nelson, did you want to add to this, or
I didn't-
I want to keep this one short.
Honestly, I haven't really
Did not get a
dug
chance
into
to
this
see.
topic too
Hey,
much.
Dan wants to say something.
Oh yeah. My bad, Playboy. Go ahead.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, he trolled. He trolled the game.
Like Howard Stern. Like
Yeah, I mean, but I don't. Jimmy Kimmel's not funny, but how he made his money is beyond me. I've never seen it. But anyway, yeah, it was just the whole video thing was just dumb. I just now watched it.
Oh wow.
I just now watched it. I was like,
If you guys want my take on the whole Let's Play thing,
yeah.
Well, we're trying to stay under.
I'll
Jimmy
keep it
Kimmel
short.
thing. Yeah.
I'll keep it short and sweet.
Mhm.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Kitsuki.
Well, the thing is, I have nothing really to say about this because, like I said, I haven't really looked into this. So if you want, you could take up my spot and you could just do it like that.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay. Me, Let's Players. All right. So when do I watch Let's Play? Basically, I will watch a So let's just say I play a game that I really like, right? I will find a very reputable, a Let's Player that I personally like, someone that I think is very knowledgeable about a certain game and stuff like that, and I will simply just watch them Let's Play it while I grind it out in a fighting game, or while I just do some task of grinding in Final Fantasy X and stuff, and I just enjoy watching them Let's Play the game because they're very knowledgeable of it. Like Metal Gear Solid 3, I know a Let's Player that's like, he's hardcore about the game and stuff like that. I went and watched, after I beat the game a crap ton of times, obviously, I go and watch him, and then he starts like pulling out a bunch of lore that I never knew about, and I'm like, oh, cool, man, it was just like an enjoyable ride and stuff. I mean, that's when I watch Let's Players and stuff like that. But the whole jazz with like the game just launches and people go watch Let's Plays and stuff. I mean, yeah, people mainly watch Let's Players because of the person themselves. They aren't too big on the game, because if you were big on the game, you wouldn't watch a Let's Player play it. You know, like a perfect example, Markiplier. You know Markiplier? I actually watch that guy. I don't play any of these horror games, but I love watching Markiplier play them and hear how he reacts to it and stuff. Mind you, I'm not talking about like how Markiplier's not one of those guys that scream for no reason and do fake jump scares and stuff. He's actually very respectable, but like it's reasons like that. But yeah, keep it short. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you see, when Jimmy Kimmel said his part, maybe a lack of insight as to why people do it. But again, just like any shock jock comedian, he made a joke about it. It's not like the Law and Order episode where it was outright, to me, offensive to the community, because that just put a bad stigma on the community as a whole. This guy is known for just making fun of people and trolling people, like NYC Playboy said. So it's not like he was trying to say, hey, all gamers are like this, like the whole, the partial Gamergate stuff. But you see, look at the commonality. You see how some people were responding and conducting themselves in Gamergate, and then you got Jimmy Kimmel and the type of, I'll unplug your life support so I can charge my phone.
Yeah.
Who says that? Like, well, those gamers do. But in any case, I'll bring this to a close because I don't want to put this out there too much, but I just disagree with the gamers' response to it. It was just a joke. Get the fuck over it. It is what it is. All right, so Nelson, anything to close up before we go to the next topic?
Just take things with a grain of salt, guys. If you're hearing like a comedian or an actor or anyone else that doesn't really play gaming too much in depth, and it's show business at the end of the fucking day. He gets paid to make fun of people and crack jokes and shit. But if you guys take it to the heart, you could just do what everyone else does. You could just shoot somebody and get in trouble and be on the fucking 6 o'clock news and get noticed.
With that, new gaming order. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. You'll see the link to the article below. And if like we did with Snake, if you want to participate or be part of our panel, reach out to me and Nelson, and we'll make that happen. With that, stay tuned for those who are watching us live on the Director's Cut to get the intermissions. And for our YouTube folks, we'll see you on the next segment. Peace.
Wow, that was so fucking random.
Hey, Alex, quick question. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know, when I made that joke about me playing games since PlayStation 4 launched,
Yeah.
were you not saying anything because you didn't want to put me on the spot, or were you not saying anything because quite possibly someone got into gaming when they picked up the PlayStation 4? Or both?
Well, mainly the second thing, because I don't know. Like, we can have an audience member that's a legitimate gamer, but that hasn't been gaming that long.
Yeah.
So I gotta also be mindful, like, not to insult our audience.
Yeah. I
So-
wasn't. I get the joke.
And
that
that joke kind of made me, like, hey, Alex, wake up, like, you know.
Yeah. The joke I did say. I'm sorry.
Because it took me a
by
second.
no
I'm like,
means-
what?
So I just thought about it between us. You guys know I by no means am gonna look at you and be like, how long you been playing games for? You haven't been playing for this long? Get the fuck out of here. You guys know this. You guys know this, so I was just making the fun of the whole, like, played the game for 2 minutes and now I'm a gamer and stuff like that. But it could easily be misinterpreted.
I could believe it too, because I'll say this: since I got into the new gen, since the new gen, this is actually my first time. The PS4 was my first system that I bought on launch day, so I was good with that. And I'm trying. You're real, man. I mean, hey, man, I wasn't trying to buy systems day one, but I was excited. I bought PS4 day one, so that was the first time I ever bought a system day one. And the games that I'm playing this generation, like The Witcher 3, I would have never played before. Games that I'm playing nowadays, just because I want to try something new. Like the whole thing with the new gen, I wanted to just start fresh. So I mean, I would respect that if you were a new gamer on the new gen. I wouldn't look.
Yeah, I
at it
respect
different.
everyone, man. I don't care. Like, you know, I just what's with the community of, like, never mind. I won't get into that.
Alrighty. Well, a lot of these are just PSAs, but I did want to talk about the Dragon Ball Xenoverse rumor. Like, Nelson, you heard about the Xenoverse 2 rumor, right?
Yes.
I posted that, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
I
and
did.
I just wanted to talk about that, and
All right, so we have no more major topics. We just have PSAs, right?
yeah.
All right, so we just start a whole roll fucking PSA. So what's going to happen here, guys, for you guys on the Director's Cut and for YouTube purposes, we're going to basically be talking about key things that we specifically either found out or we want to mention on the show, and etc. And we just, critique on it just a little bit, and then, just pass it on and make your closing statement. So that's what's about to happen right now.
Ooh, I got a juicy one for y'all.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
What's going on, New Gaming Order? We are in this final segment of our podcast, which is our weekly PSA wrap-up. Things that we saw throughout the week that didn't justify a full-on topic will be in this segment. All right, so me going first, and I know Noop wanted to touch on something, but I just wanted to touch on a rumor that I hope it's not true. I hope it's Photoshop. I hope it's fake. But many of you who are part of the Dragon Ball universe, anime, gaming, and so on and so forth, there's been a picture floating around. It was on a mobile Twitter site. It was in Spanish, and it showed the logo for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, supposedly being released June 2016. Correct? As a PlayStation 4 exclusive. If this is true, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Like, this is what I'm talking about. and why, like, how is it that if this is true, okay, I'm only, because I know the fanboys are going to try and, shave the hairs off my ass or something and try to shove them down my throat or whatever, just like these Jimmy Kimmel folks. But, it's just like, why would you do that if everybody had access to it before, and then Sony, if they did this, said, okay, we only want it on our system? That needs to stop happening. You know what I mean? It's not fair to the community that got into it, and then they run to the PlayStation 4 like that. And then, we're still sticking around with the Xenoverse, the original, on another console or on the PC. I mean, it's not fair. That's bad business. If Sony's doing it, that's fucked up. that's really fucked up, and people wonder why I don't like them, because I feel like a lot of times I get locked out when they're like, oh man, Xenoverse, me, Nelson, and Shinwa were playing on the multi-toot stream, triple teaming, doing all kind of Kamehamehas and all that, and then we're looking forward to a sequel, but you can only get it on that system. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, Sony, please. If this is true, but Nelson, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, right now, what I'm trying to look for to just try to back up your statement is how many copies sold on what console, and to see if Sony outsold more than the Xbox and PC. And if that is the true statement, because again, I'm looking, I can't confirm this, I don't have facts on this yet. But if it is so, that from the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 version of Xenoverse outsold more than the 360 and the Xbox One, I can possibly see why Bandai Namco made the move to partner up with Sony for a timed exclusive game. I can see that. That is not an issue. But in my entirety, as what Alex would say, some games are needed to be flourished on every console, multi-console, so everyone can have a
Street Fighter V.
a chance at. I'll get to that later on in a little bit. But they need to have a chance to be able to get something of this game, because everyone played Dragon Ball Z, Xenoverse, when it came out on the consoles, and then what? You're gonna take away like 75% of your fucking fan base and just only do it for Sony?
Bayonetta 2.
Well, that's Nintendo. Fuck them. Anywho, they did
Nintendo
that.
paid for that game too before you forget.
Well, I'm just saying, still Nintendo. Fuck them. Okay.
But that falls in the same category, because it was on, PS3 and 360.
Where was Sony? Where were Sony and Xbox if they wanted the game? They could have helped pay for development, but that's on Nintendo. Nintendo paid to develop the game, so they.
You know what? Honestly, I would rather that a sequel of that caliber just not happen. Not happen. That's bullshit. Like, they need to stop doing stuff like that. I haven't played Bayonetta 2 yet. You know what I mean? And I was an avid fan of the original, but hey, they locked me out. So.
Alright, I wanna.
Damn.
All right, let me stop.
I wanna add something onto this, I guess.
Okay.
So back in the beginning, when I first started gaming and stuff like that, I couldn't afford any consoles. Started off with a Super Nintendo, got an N64, PlayStation 1, and then from there I just stayed on there while everyone had Xbox and PlayStation 2. From there, I was looking at the games. I looked at all the games for PlayStation 2, Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy, Ratchet and Clank, Grand Theft Auto, a bunch of console-exclusive games for the PlayStation 3. And then you look at the games over for the Xbox, which was like Halo, and a bunch of other multiplayer-heavy games and stuff like that. I picked the PlayStation 3 and enjoyed it because it was like, yeah, like this was back when I actually gave a shit about consoles and stuff. I got a PS2 and I'm like, yeah, we got all these games. We got God of War. We got all these exclusives. Like, there was like legit points of making arguments between PS2 versus Xbox.
Yeah.
Then PlayStation 3 came out and Xbox 360 came out, and ultimately, there's no fucking point. It's just a preference, people.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's just a fucking preference. There is no better console. It's just a preference. But people like that.
Freaking man to snake for that.
And just
some of the,
I gotta add one important detail. When it comes to multiplayer games, if you wanna play a game online multiplayer wise, you basically go to Xbox 360. I'm not saying PS3 lacks multiplayer people. It's just if you want the most amount of people playing a multiplayer game, you should go to the Xbox 360. And it shocked me that a AAA title game like Street Fighter V is a PlayStation 4 exclusive. It really surprises me because, one, if you look at the numbers and stuff, not that many people play fighting games. And, like, for example, PC, I just want to throw this in there. PC people that play fighting games, we get shafted. When a patch comes out for the consoles, it comes out like, we don't get a patch for like 8 months and stuff. So PC users, we get no love for fighting games, right? So ultimately, it's
Were you saying? Are you trying to say that you think that 360 should get Street Fighter V? Is that what you're implying?
No. Like the Xbox brand, in terms of.
I'm basically implying that They should.
Everybody should have access to it. And,
That's basically what I'm implying.
yeah, and then and that's kind of stemming from the PSA on Xenoverse 2.
Right, but to hurry up and get that PSA over with, yes, PlayStation did sell more within its brand of the Xenoverse game, so that would make it into its conclusion that Bandai Namco went with this timed exclusive for that.
Oh boy, it is what it is. I just hate to see that. It's like, oh man, just go to PC and Universal stuff, and people won't be locked out to things no more. That's.
It's been going on for so long though, Alex. Remember how Grand Theft Auto used to be? Remember when Grand Theft Auto used to come out on PlayStation first, and then come out on Xbox like a year later, 6 months later?
Yeah, with like extra content or something.
Not even extra content, like the Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They all came out on PlayStation first, and then they didn't come out to Xbox until like 6 months later. Like this has been going on. This isn't new.
No, actually though, I think also back then resources were a little more not as easy to acquire as they are now. They're more expensive to develop now. Yeah. But now you got like multi-console launches simultaneously. You know what I mean? It's just that we know Sony has that. They're in the brains of their consumers, so it's like.
Alex, I want to throw in one more thing. The reason why it's a business, they got to make money out of it. But one thing that's bad is Blaze Blue. I always wanted to play Blaze Blue and stuff like that, but it was on Xbox 360. It was Xbox 360 and PlayStation. Sony and Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 exclusive only. You couldn't get Blaze Blue on the PC, right? Yeah. When it finally launched on Steam after 3 years or something like that, when the game finally launched on Steam, I'm like, oh hell yeah, bought the game on launch day. Went on there, nobody's playing it. You want to know why? Because just when I purchased it, they launched Blaze Blue 3 for the PlayStation 3 exclusively. So nobody's fucking playing the Blaze Blue that I always wanted to play, and everyone's on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4.
It's like too little, too late in that respect. But we gotta be careful with the tangents and stuff for time. So
sorry.
Nelson.
Well, I want to give everyone else a chance to come up with at least one or two PSAs because I'll let you know right now for anyone who's new to the show, I tend to go off when it comes to PSAs. I talk about a lot of PSAs.
Eyebrows. Look at his eyebrows.
So what we'll do is, since Alex went, we'll start from what I can see since Playboy just vanished off to the left. On your knees.
Oh, I gotta take care of something. Nelson, can you wrap up the show for me? I gotta take this call.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So, new gaming order. I'll see you guys next week. This sucks, man. Shut up.
Shit happens.
All right. You're in good hands with the co-CEO, and I'll see you guys next week. Resume my streaming, and we'll go from there. Shout out to everybody. I'm out like the Juggernaut bitch. I'll see y'all. Peace.
I like the Juggernaut bitch.
Alright, so on your knees, you can start on. Oh! The whole call! No!
Oops.
Yeah,
you hung up the whole thing?
Yeah, Alex just hung up on every goddamn person. So we apologize for that stream.
Did we all just get killed?
No, we got killed because of the fact that Alex was in control of the group, apparently.
He couldn't just leave it on.
It's alright, no worries.
He could have passed host or something.
Yeah, so on your knees, any PSAs or announcements?
Nah, I mentioned my piece earlier. If you have a Phenom 2, AMD Phenom 2 chip, just be careful of your Metal Gear purchases. Apparently Konami does not like those chips. As I mentioned earlier, my copy of Phantom Pains or Ground Zero still won't play after this many weeks or months after launch. And I'm not even going to try the new one because I'm still waiting to play the first one.
Wait. Hey, on your knees. Hold on. Let me ask you something. Because, how I told you it was a disappointment. I can't remember. The last title you just said, is that the one that's 2 hours and 30 minutes long?
Yeah, that was Ground Zeroes.
Bro, I have an AMD Phenom Phantom or whatever 2 chip, right? Yo, I played that game as soon as I got it.
Well, here, I'm gonna load mine up, and it's gonna crash right
No,
away.
I'm not saying you're full of shit. You might. I mean, maybe you should check out your drivers. But bro, I played
my
that
drivers
game.
are up to date. I even rolled it back.
Yeah, no, but the
I don't
thing
know.
is, it's also depending on like when the
Graphics
game when the game does download, sometimes it doesn't download like the full percent of the firmware, and this has happened to me a lot when I was trying to download Unreal Tournament 2004 on Steam. Everyone else is able to play it. My computer has the right graphic cards, everything, but sometimes it's just something you're down pulling from the servers that it doesn't fully process correctly, and also his card. Could be updated, don't get me wrong, could be updated and whatever, but sometimes the game doesn't pick up on it right away. And sometimes he might have to do a workaround to get to it. And that causes problems because it doesn't work on board already. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Yeah, I already tried all the workarounds. I already downloaded it 3 times.
See?
I tried. I went into beta mode. That didn't do it.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. As soon as it came out, I got it launched perfectly, 70 frames per second.
Yeah,
Well, it sat in my inventory for 2 months before I touched it. Then I was going to do one of my Friday night streams with it, and it wouldn't boot.
Yeah, I mean, it's been happening to a lot of people. He's not the only one who has suffered from this issue, because my friend is suffering from this current issue, because he bought the Phantom Pain bundle, which comes packed with Ground Zeroes, and he can't play Ground Zeroes, but he can play the Phantom Pain. So he's not the only one that's getting affected by this on the PC.
Yeah, and apparently they're not fixing it. Because the game's been out for this many months, and they still haven't fixed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So fuck Konami. If I play my copy, I'm getting a special edition like I used to do way back in the day when I was broke.
All right, so are you done with your PSAs on your knees? Or?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I am done. So
right.
wait, hold on. Let me just do one thing. God damn, this thing is slow. Here we go. You know what? Here we go. We'll just go with this chair.
What the shit? All right. So what?
Or would you rather have this?
I guess both. I guess both.
That's not as good as. I gotta get my old one. That one was much better. I gotta find a way to get that back.
Oh, okay. So since Playboy just joined us back on this call, if you can briefly talk, I know because it's kind of hard for you out there due to like limited amount of time that you have out there. Do you have any PSAs or announcements you would like to open up?
The Incredible Hulk is not going to be in Civil War.
What?
Wow.
What?
Yeah, Incredible Hulk will not be in Civil War. They have something planned, Marvel, quote unquote. So you remember in Age of Ultron, he disappeared at the end, mysteriously. So events in Captain America 3 will not be enough to answer the question. Dun dun dun. And also, this tea is fire here right now.
Wow. Wow, I'm done. He stepped away to get fucking tea. Oh,
Do you
man.
have some crumpets for your tea?
No, this is Africa. They don't do that here.
Dang, yo, that is crazy. So I can't believe they're doing that. I mean, wasn't he supposed to be a part of it? That's crazy, man. Well, I don't know what the hell Marvel's doing. I don't know if it's like a copyright thing with Disney and they're restricting certain characters or
Did they not get the actor for it or something?
Still the same actor, Ruffalo.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
That is very fucking weird. All right, so on that note, NGO Simi, any PSAs or announcements you would like to address to the audience?
Yes. We were talking about Street Fighter earlier. Don't know if you guys seen the Street Fighter Collector's Edition with the Ryu statue. Looks pretty cool.
It's pretty sick.
Thinking about getting that. Also, Xbox One Elite. What do you guys think about that?
like that wasn't coming out, really?
I mean, I see it coming a mile away, but I mean, some people, it's been pretty mixed, man. I hear a lot of guys saying that, that like Xbox, saying it's a brilliant idea, but I don't know, man.
It's a console seller. The issue is this: the issue with them and Sony is they're charging too much for that extra 500 gigs. Like, I have a 5 terabyte drive and I pay like $130 for it. So if I don't want that Elite controller, I can just buy a regular Xbox One and go get it external and have enough memory to last the entire console generation versus spending all that money on that console for 1 terabyte, which you'll probably fill up in probably about a year and a half.
I mean, the only good value I see out of this console, like, I don't see anybody owning, like, I don't see me ever upgrading my Xbox One to get this. Like, I don't care for the controller, but I think that's the main thing, I guess, with this console. I don't even think the terabyte is the main seller.
I think I need to point out something important about this. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but like Xbox 360, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was that whole jazz with you can go and just get yourself a cheap external hard drive as opposed to a Microsoft external hard drive. The flaw with that was you would not be able to boot Xbox games off of a non-official Microsoft hard drive. So, excuse me. So, if you have a 5 terabyte hard drive sitting someplace and you think that you can bring it onto your Xbox One, I would think twice, because I'm pretty sure Microsoft is going to make it to where it has to be like certified, and they're going to program it to where.
No. I mean,
Yeah,
you can at this moment you can store it on the external right now.
Yeah, it's
But
two
this is what happens
requirements.
though. You can only use that hard drive with the Xbox One. It formats it for the Xbox One, so you can't use it with anything else but the Xbox One.
So you're telling me legitimately you could just plug it? Has anyone put a game on there and loaded
I
it?
have.
All my
Yes.
That's fucking awesome. Oh my god, I can't believe Microsoft.
But it means
They
two
made it
requirements,
this gen. They made it super easy with both consoles to switch out hard drives. That's not an issue. So paying this much for an Xbox One, well, I mean for the SSD hard drive with it being a terabyte, I don't even think that's the selling point. I think they're trying to, with this controller, because you remember this controller by itself is $150.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're trying to move these controllers. Maybe they made too many. I don't know what the issue is, but I don't see the value in this. I also think that this will be the new standard. Honestly, I think that this is going to be. Yeah, I think this is going to be the new wave of Xbox. I mean, I don't think that the old consoles, the OG consoles, are going to be around for much longer with this one being out.
Yeah, it's a
and
possibility.
the reason they gave so much with the external hard drives now is because all games are manual installs. So you're talking about every time you buy a game, you're putting 30, 40 gigs on your hard drive space. Like, you'll fill up a terabyte quicker than you think, because I think I only have like 4.2 left out of 5, and I started with like 4.7 or something like that. So your collection adds up. So they had to give us that freedom.
Yeah, but like I said, it meets two requirements that you need to have for your hard drive. It needs to be a USB 3.0 in order for it to efficiently be able to seamlessly transfer over, and it has to be formatted into the console's thing. Because some people like me and a few others know how to change the format to FAT32 or NTFS. So it is very easy to do. And if to give you guys a little bit of facts on FAT32 and NTFS, when you put something on a hard drive that's FAT32, there's a certain memory requirement that you have to meet. It has to be under 5 gigs of a pass-through when you're putting information. If it exceeds over 5 gigs of memory, it will shut out the file and you cannot transfer it over successfully.
Wasn't it 4?
No, it's 5 now.
Oh.
It's 5 now. And if you have NTFS, you can put any size limit as much as you want, because you technically changed it so it, it's modified to like your specifications, but it's default by FAT32. But now with the Xbox One in here, since the file sizes are so fucking big, it has to be NTFS. So that's with that. Do you have any more, K-Simi, or no?
No, that's pretty much it, man. But I just want to know what y'all thought about that. That was the biggest thing I saw.
Yeah, the only other thing I would probably want to mention, from what I saw, it's a hybrid drive in the new Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to load up a little bit faster.
Partially solid state drive. So that is going to get faster load times. But I just don't know how much of the 1 terabyte drive is going to be solid state.
Okay.
Hey, Semi, are you so where are you going to pre-order your game to get what costume for who?
What do you mean for which what?
Do you know about the whole Street Fighter V pre-order? If you pre-order, say, at so if you pre-order Street Fighter V at Sony's website or on Steam, you'll get Chun-Li's alternate costume. Or if you pre-order the game at Best Buy, you will get Cammy's alternate costume.
I mean, honestly, I don't care. I mean, the thing here is, I really don't care. The only reason why I was really even gonna buy the game was for the statue. If I can't get the collector's edition, I'm probably not even gonna buy the game.
Holy shit!
Is there a Chun-Li statue?
What happened?
Nah, there's just a Ryu. The Ryu
how
statue
many-
is
Well, that's
live.
garbage then.
Well, you could just get the statues by I forgot the website's name. I think it's like Kinetic or something like that. They have like some brawlic statues like of Oni, Evil Ryu, Chun-Li, Cammy, Jury. They have a lot of good statues on that site, so you might want to check that out instead of.
I mean, like I said,
waiting for the
I'm not.
official shit.
I'm trying to start up my collection because, like I said, Metal Gear was my first collector's edition, so I want to start doing more of them. And like I saw the Ryu statue, and I'm like, okay, I got to have that. And I do want to play the game if I can get my hands on it, but it'd just be a better deal for me to get it because the collector's is only $100. So I mean, you get the nice statue, you get the game. I mean, you can't beat that. If I can get it, I'm gonna get it. Otherwise, I'll probably wait a little while to get Street Fighter 5. But
Right.
we'll see how that goes.
Right, that makes perfect sense. All right, so next person will be Snake. Do you have any PSAs or announcements? And try to keep it to at least 2 because we're running way over time right now.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and simple. For those of you out there that let's see here. For those of you out there that are saying, oh hey, I got like a PlayStation 4 and I want to play Street Fighter 5, but I don't have a PlayStation 4 fight stick. If you have the people, you guys know who you are. If you have the PS360 Plus, if you have that mod, you could do a modification to where every 8 minutes you can like play on the console without it resetting. And yeah, there's pre-order DLC for the fighting games and stuff like that. But yeah, if you have a PS360 Plus PCB on your fight stick, you can use that to update the firmware and be able to play on a PS4 every 8 minutes, and then you have to reset it and stuff. That's just an alternative for those of you that don't want to spend $200 on a new fight stick just for PlayStation 4.
Shit, I might as well spend $200 so I want to fucking keep touching my goddamn controller every 8 fucking minutes. Like that's kind of a waste of time because
I own 2.6.
Because I almost caught myself there. Back from 2009 till now, I own almost up to 30 arcade sticks. So I would mod the shit out of them. And I know how much money and time it fucking took. I might as well just buy a whole new fucking stick. Like right now, I got the Hori VLX for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3. Best $300 spent.
I got this right here, the 8-Arc Fusion Ebony.
Okay, that's a good stick. That's a good stick.
I got maybe Hitbox.
Hitbox I can't fucking play with, man. That's like typing on the fucking keyboard. I can't do that shit.
Yeah, I fucking love it, dude.
I can't. But honestly, guys, like it is an opinionated thing.
One more thing, real quick. I just wanted to say to you real quick. I actually modified the buttons. You know mechanical keyboards, right?
Yeah.
These are the gamer fingers. So I got brown cherry switches on these. These aren't Songwell buttons. These are brown cherry switches. If I pop one of these off, you can see a brown cherry switch inside.
Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be more responsive for the mechanical ones then.
It's just going to give you more tactile feel. Technically speaking, these are called gamer fingers. Harder, better, faster, stronger. You could just call them the HBFSG2s. They allow you to put in any type of mechanical cherry switch that you want into your buttons. That way you get that tactile feel. If you like red switches, blue cherry switches, and stuff like that. But just for the record, people, the travel time on these things is 2 times longer than Sonwa buttons. You can train yourself. It's not that big a deal, trust me.
No, I mean it's not, but for like a person like me who excels at fighting games and who needs like the actual response time, I need like the immediate.
Yeah. No, you won't. Trust me when I say this. It's not that big of deal. It's not. But the travel time is 2 times longer than a Sonwa's actuation. But I'm telling you, you'll do fine. You'll do fine. You just need to change a few things, but you will perfectly be fine.
Okay.
I'm just saying though that the travel time is 2 times longer, but don't think that like, oh, my response time's slower. Absolutely not. It's really preference. If you like cherry switches, then I would get it, but they're expensive. $6 per button.
Right. All right. That makes sense.
I'm done.
All right. So finally, before I start going on a fucking tangent, Noob, do you have any special PSAs or announcements?
2 really very quick things.
Okay.
Number 1, thank you all guys for just coming on the podcast in general and keeping this thing going. I truly appreciate all you all's time and effort, because just like I work, I know you guys work, and I really appreciate you guys keeping this thing going, especially since I can't be on as much as I'd like to. Number one, I'm excited about the next coming years in gaming. We keep touching on it, talking about exclusivity and stuff like that. And if you've been truly listening to Sony and Microsoft has already said, because 360 was like the king of third party. Like, if it was coming out with DLC or anything, Xbox first, Xbox first, Xbox first. So now Sony is kind of taking that mantra with the popularity, and now they're going mostly third party. And now Microsoft is like, you know what, we're going to go first party, and we're going to focus on first party. So I think these next 3 years in gaming are going to be extremely interesting, and I really look forward to see what both companies are going to do. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Xenoverse ends up being a PlayStation exclusive, because Sony is going after third party and Microsoft is going first party. The question I have to you all is, do you think Microsoft will be successful? Because essentially, it's like they're going for PS2 status. Because that's what PS2 just had, games you couldn't get anywhere else on anything else. And it seems like Xbox One is trying that. But do you think that will work with this generation of gamers?
It completely depends. For me, in my perspective, I play a lot of fighting games. The only thing that Xbox One has is fucking Killer Instinct. I'm not saying that's a bad game, but all the guys Killer Instinct. PS4 has Street Fighter V, and everyone that plays fighting games plays Street Fighter and stuff like that. So you got Street Fighter V, then you've got BlazBlue, and then you've got Guilty Gear. So
and they still got Street Fighter 4.
Can I piggyback on you real quick, since you said Xbox only has Killer Instinct? You're wrong about that. We have Killer Instinct, we have Dead or Alive, we have BlazBlue, we also have the indie fighting games, and if you want to be on top of that with the Windows 10 integration, I might as well fucking just play all my PC fighter games on the Xbox One.
I forgot to mention, I'm completely biased. I only play 2D fighters. No, I forgot to throw that out there.
Well, like, BlazBlue was on there.
No. It's still 2D. It's high animation. Because you said Tekken, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, Tekken is a very respectable fighting game. I am completely only talking about 2D fighters.
Yeah, but I'm like, if 2D fighters, that's still BlazBlue in a sense. And
wait, time out. You guys have BlazBlue?
Yeah.
You got the latest
Chrono Phantasma Extend? Yeah.
No, I stand correct. All right, yeah. You guys still don't have Guilty Gear though. But
well, see, the thing is, it won't matter because it's still
awesome.
Technically the same game. In a sense, it's just you're just rerouting the character's image, and they still, portray the same.
In all seriousness, though, that makes me happy to hear, though, because, like I said, in my personal opinion at least, whatever, I think the most strongest online community when it comes to fighting games is on the Xbox consoles.
You're right.
That's
absolutely 100% right. Because on the 360, all the top fighters, Street Fighter 4, Marvel, Kings of Fighters, Tekken, anything was all.
King of Fighters was pretty.
Nah, that game. No, I would say this
was really good.
No. King of Fighters 13. For the most part, it was played on PS3, but like the best one with the netcode is the Steam edition. But I heard some horror stories about the console. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude. And I'm very happy to actually hear that because I want to get me a console where most of the people are going to be into fighting games and stuff like that. But I gotta say, you guys are going to get hurt pretty bad for not getting Street Fighter V. But I personally don't believe you guys are going to get left out of it. I think Microsoft's totally going to get it. Street Fighter
they
V.
are. That's what, when I start my PSA, you'll find out. So, Noop, is there any other one you would like to speak upon of your PSA? Or is that it?
That's it.
Okay, so let me get started right on that, the Street Fighter V. For people who's wondering about this rumor, if you go to the official PlayStation website, they might have corrected it as of right now. They put on the bottom with a star note says that it's timed exclusive. And the thing is, it kind of threw people a little bit off because, in a sense, it is a timed exclusive because you have the exclusive console port on the PlayStation 4. That is still there. You have the PC side of things, which is going to be on Steam, or if you buy it from like Agreement Gaming or G2A, whatever the fuck you get your PC stuff, you get it on there. Then with the Windows 10 integration with DirectX 12, you get to seamlessly port it back and forth between the Xbox One and the PC. So Xbox One users are not really left out. You just have to stream it through the PC to your television on your console. So you'll still be able to play the game without no hassle and no worry. So that complaining has to stop.
That's really, it's really good that you point that out, Mugen. But the dangerous part about this is it's fucking Street Fighter V, and everyone wants to get their hands on that game on launch day.
Well, they can if you guys have a PC, or if you get the Steam machine, or you get the NVIDIA Shield, or you get a PlayStation 4. You have your options. There's no way no one is going to be like, oh, I can't get the game because I don't have it on the Xbox One. You limit yourself. That's the reason why you don't got the fucking game. All right, moving on to that. Kojima retweeted a fan-made Metal Gear Solid 5 picture. Immediately after 5 minutes of it being up, Konami files a copyright claim to take it down. So apparently, everything that Kojima is still trying to do, even after the praise of Metal Gear Solid 5 that he has finally finished, he's still getting shitted on by the previous company he used to work for.
He's still on a contract, actually. So
well, he's a contractor, but he's not like a full-blown employee no more.
Yeah.
You know,
but,
so
you know,
he has limited.
They still gonna act crazy.
Yeah, he has limited resources when it comes to that. Other stuff about Metal Gear Solid 5. There's been a lot of leaked information about you're able to unlock specific characters from the old Metal Gear Solid games, such as Gray Fox, Sniper Wolf, and blah blah blah. Well, it's on the internet, so it's already ruined for everybody. So I'm sorry.
Not really. I just want to throw in. I've been paying zero attention to Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm just throwing that out there.
All right. I mean, again, everyone has their opinion when it comes to.
No. I'm saying I've been paying zero attention to the game because I don't want to be spoiled for anything.
Well, I have a massive spoiler for everyone.
Yeah.
Snape killed Dumbledore. That's all I gotta say.
Dang.
Okay, I got one spoiler for you guys.
No!
Just hear me out.
No!
Snake's gonna be in the game.
No!
Snake's gonna be in the game.
No!
What are we talking about again?
Okay, we're talking about random PSAs right now.
There's going to be, it's confirmed, guys, in Metal Gear Solid. Guys, it's been confirmed. There are guns in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Are there battle mechs in Metal Gear Solid 5?
I'll leave that to when I review the game later. All right. Anywho, let's just finish this up so I gotta edit all this shit. Yeah, I gotta edit all this shit. Happy birthday to Mike Hagar. He has officially turned 72. If you guys don't know, he's from Final Fight, the big brawling mayor. That backdrops and power drives a dolphin. For shits and giggles. For Saturday Night Slam Master. So now he's officially 72 because apparently he was born on September 3rd, 1943 in the game. Let's see. If you guys haven't noticed, they're coming out with a combat pack 2 for MKX. So there are 4 more characters to be released in the upcoming months. So
is that in the season pass that I've already purchased?
No, you have to buy another one.
I don't play that game anyway, so.
You have to buy another one. Let's see. Just to throw this out there, this is not like a PSA, but this is just my personal opinion. The DLC packs that they came up with for Street Fighter V, you guys is going to get in very big fucking trouble, just like what Marvel did. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. I don't want to go into too much detail, but the character outfits and stuff like that, they're dealing with like real life political stuff. Like Bison, for an example, if you look at his character model, you'll see he's a actual dictator that's still alive to this day, and they're replicating his image on the character without asking for his rights. So you guys better watch what you're doing.
The Japanese don't give a shit.
No, they don't, and that's why fucking Magneto don't have no DLC outfit in Marvel. So they fucking shot themselves in the foot with that one. I'm trying to see what else there is needed to be addressed. There's really not that much more PSAs, except for the fact that the console stuff is being spoken about with like the console flaws, the PlayStation 4 update, the beta for Street Fighter V. They're asking for a survey and opinions based on the stuff now, and they want to know if you want the other characters to be in the beta version when they release their next test. Yada yada yada. The whole thing about Metal Gear Solid of it being like a lame ass game that it's not 40 hours. Blah blah. There's a whole bunch of controversy on here.
Did we just lose NGO?
And whatnot. And yeah.
No, not you, NGO. I mean
Yeah, we did, but we're about to end the show, so it makes no sense to bring it back on.
That's all.
Alright, so with that, I guess there's nothing else to talk about because it's just a bunch of bullshit here. So I would like to thank you guys who were watching the podcast today, and for you guys who will be watching this on the YouTube channel, thank you guys so much. I'd like to thank the panel that we had today. Alex had to leave because he had to handle a phone call, like always. I'd like to thank NGO Playboy. I'd like to thank On Your Knees. I would like to thank Snake for joining us as a guest. I would also like to thank Nuke1949. You know, also, guys, tune into Thumb Thrasher Gaming. He does stream, okay, when he has time. He does stream. All right.
I will be better about that. Yeah.
He does stream, and hopefully, if not tomorrow, sometime next week, On Your Knees will be doing his weekly stream.
Yeah, I'll be doing Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow. Doing some raids. So, I started working out, so I was beat last Friday. I've been having trouble sleeping, so that's why I had to bail on you. But I'll be doing Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow night, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, stuff happens in real life. We're not always able to provide you guys with content on a daily basis like we want to because we're still somewhat limited, and you know, real life does kick in. You know what I'm saying? So you have to.
We got bills to pay.
Yeah, we got things to do, things to settle. So, but again, thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully next week will be something a little bit more better within news because there'll be a lot more games coming out and whatnot. And again, as I said earlier in the podcast, 2 weeks from now, so not the 10th, but the 17th of September, we should have a full, honest Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain review, depending on whoever has played it and who has fully completed the game, whether if you didn't 100% it or you just beat the main story. So we'll have that on deck and we'll get into that very, you know, deep.
Hey, I want to. Oh wait, hold on. I'll wait till the stream.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, does it as much as I appreciate someone that finishes a game before they review it, do you guys see that as being like mandatory and stuff like that? Like, do you guys think it's really?
Yes. They should at least beat the game. They don't have to do 100%, but they should at least beat it.
Man, let me go into this. Let me go into this without going too into this, man. Would you be, if you gonna call it a review, you have to beat the game. If you're gonna give me an impression or what you think about the game, yeah, you ain't gotta beat it. You telling me what you think about the game. But if you're gonna call it a review, you have to beat it.
Yeah, you got to be honest about what you're showing. If you only played the game for 5 hours, you got to be honest about it. It's just the first impressions. It's not a full review.
That, or I would call it a review in progress. Because I mean, some games, there's no
there you
way.
go.
Because you can tell some reviews they didn't beat these games. Like some of these RPGs, there's like 100 hours. They didn't beat those games before the reviews came out. So I think they should call it either a review in progress, or at least say, hey, you know, I did about 60% of the game, and basically, you know, if you do at least more than half, like 70% of the game, that's good enough to be able to give a solid opinion, because that extra 30% ain't really going to change too much more.
But if you're going to put a review on it, you got to finish that bad boy. You got to.
Disclose how far you got into it. At least then people can say, okay, he's saying this is great, but he only got halfway through.
Yeah, that is very, very true. And I will say this on record. I used to work with a previous video game company, and I do know the ins and outs when it comes to reviews. There are some people in the industry. I will put you on blast right now. Dual Shockers. I'll put you on blast right now because you were our competitive rivals back then. You guys used to sit there for 5 minutes, read all the stuff that's on Wikipedia or from someone else's review, and try to summarize the entire fucking game like you played it. Do not do that.
I believe it.
This point in blank case. Do not do that. That's why we will sit here and we'll say, beat the game first, because if someone points out your bullshit, you're going to be embarrassed. And you do not want someone to do that. You do not. That's a bad thing. So, anyone else has any final sayings or alibis before we do split?
Check out the New Game in Order IG, Instagram. I'm gonna start being more active on it. I posted a picture of the collector's edition.
Link it in the chat.
All right, it should be just New Game in Order. New Game in Order 1.
New Game in Order 1.
Yeah, number 1.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
So it should be, but I'll put it in here too. But I'm gonna start being more active with it. I ain't posted a whole lot, but I'm gonna start being more active with it. So y'all, when you need your fix, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I just posted the link into the chat. So if anyone else wants to sign up for the New Gaming Order 1 Instagram, just find us, by searching on your phone and whatnot. Because I know on the internet you really can't type or anything on Instagram, so it has to be all mobile based. But
You spelled Instagram wrong. That's
oh well,
wrong.
hey, I'm not looking at the keyboard. I'm just trying to finish this up. You got the premise, goddammit.
Well, what I'm going to be doing is, I am going to be doing, going back to, there you go, right there. I got it. I followed it. I have 2 games actually. Season 4 in Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls has begun as of August 28th. I'm going to be doing that. So check for me to stream that, and also Star Wars, the Old Republic. So
Love that game.
yeah, so I'm going to be streaming that because they have a new DLC coming out, and plus I'm really doing, I play PC games exclusively. PC Master Race, I'm sorry guys. When you start talking all these consoles, I'll be like,
Right there.
I just wanted to say this because I thought I heard wrong. You said Star Wars Old Republic, guys. I'm just saying I love Knights of the Old Republic. I just wanted to throw that.
okay. I'm just playing sports, RPGs and MMOs, so, yeah, this weekend, hopefully, so, I need to deal with Alex to help me set up how to stream properly.
Of course, we'll definitely help you out with whatever tools
Yeah,
you need.
because I get back home tomorrow night.
Alright, so we'll definitely do that.
Late night, Saturday morning, I'll be back home, so.
Jeez.
If you guys want my advertisement, I highly recommend you watch Rob or On Your Knees or NGO or Mugen or Holmes, because if you watch me, you're going to watch me stream doing pre-calculus, and it's going to be a lot of fun, folks.
Pre-calculus.
I'm just joking. I'm not going to stream
the
myself doing
quadrat-
pre-calculus.
We're gonna do the quadratic formula, maybe. Some Pythagorean theorems, possible.
All right, guys, we're going to be doing linear functions. Now tell me the domain.
We're going to be doing a lot.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You lost me there.
Alright, without that, thank you guys again, and we're gonna go. So we'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Thank you guys, and see you next time. Let me stop this recording.
All right, y'all.
Alright, now we're gonna end the stream, guys. Thank you guys for watching, for you live viewers. And we'll be back next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe 5 p.m. Pacific time, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Wait, are we still recording right now, or is it?
No. We're direct feed, but we're about to get off. And